Welcome back to another episode of the Finprov podcast. I'm your host, as always, Vinton Delicious Aloysius Smith, the man with the biggest arms and all the charm, dishing out all the harm, the host with the most, the man with the 6-month-long podcast with zero feedback. How we doing? Thank you for joining me. Look, if you're watching just on video, Finton Smith at YouTube, or hit up finprov.net for the whole Finprov network, I highly recommend it. You'll have Apple, you'll have Spotify, you'll have the player right there. If you want to listen straight from this site, you'll have the YouTube link right there, straight from this site. You'll also have a contact form. If you want to get in on the venting action, if you want to be part of the show, tell me what you want to know. Get in on it. But that aside, if you just listen on audio, you miss out on a few special events each episode. Of course, there's my Italian hands. I call them my Italian hands. Shout out to the Mamma Mia. I'm very expressive with my hands. I do a lot of talking. It's the ADD and all the other issues I've got going on. Really mixing together. But the intro is always a special one. And when I sort of started, I would just do... It's evolved a few times. Now again, if you listen just on audio, you won't know this. As I play with the mic and undoubtedly make some noises. It's confusing. You never know what you're doing. But that's technology, huh? No, but I would used to, it's like 8 seconds, right? 8 seconds of song. And I would just sit here for 8 seconds staring at the camera. Because in my head, I was like, if I don't, that'll cheapen it. If I just have like a transition from just the title screen to me, that felt cheap. I didn't want to do that. So then, I started dancing, and I've got no, I'm white, so enough said, I've got no rhythm. I couldn't do nothing. I didn't have the equipment for that. So then I started, playing the piano. Don't know how to play the piano, so it just looked like I was having some nervous twitches. Now I've started, which I think is my favorite, but I've actually, it's made it fun, but it's also made it hard. I start the record and the music, and then I walk around, and I've got to get around here in 8 seconds, around my desk, in my chair, and on the mic. Now, you don't hear it because I edit it out, but I make a lot of noise. I'm not thin. Especially down there. I'm not thin. And I've got the 2 plants in this, like I'm the body in the Amazon rainforest, right? The poor bastards are getting crushed every week because I can't fit. The gap between my desk and the bed and the plant is very narrow. So I'm crushing them every single week. Every week I'm crushing them. Then I get here, the chair, I put it all the way back, but it's never far enough. I'm always hitting the mic, I'm hitting everything. And then I get there and I'm like 3-4 seconds late. It's a nightmare. So now I've moved the mic to a different side and I didn't hit it today, so we might be onto something. But it's like I got a monitor, right? A new monitor, which, if you've heard me complain about technology before, I've got 2 computers, right? I know what you're thinking, must be nice. And it is, I have lost touch, but that's okay. I'm a successful podcast host. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Pretend like my means aren't pretty high these days. But no. I've got an Apple and a Windows. And of course, because companies can't just, work together, everything's a competition and everything's about scamming your consumer. Apple don't sell anything. You gotta buy all the pieces separately. Right, so can I plug it into the monitor using HDMI? No, I can't because it doesn't have a HDMI port. So then I buy a port, an adapter, for it. Does it fit the right port? No, I got the wrong port, so I take it back, return it, I get another one. Does it work? No, because in fine print on the back it says not compatible with Macs. Well, why wasn't that on the front of the box? That would have been helpful. So now I'm gonna have to go back a third time. And I want to go back to Officeworks a third time. Because I also went there, and the dogs, I got my passport photo there, right? I bring it to the post office, the bloke looks at me and he goes, get your money back. We can't use this. He's like, this is wrong with it. You can't use it. They should never sell it. And I go, oh, okay. Cool, thanks. So then he's like, oh, quick, we'll take photo here. You think, oh, is it going to be on the house? And absolutely not. That's another $20 down the drain just for one photo. Then I get the photos and I look at the difference. Guess what? The only difference between the Officeworks photo and the post office photo is the post office one is a little bit brighter. And I guess that's my sort of Australian security government. What's a little bit of shade gonna do? Is your airport lighting that bright? Is it that good? I don't remember being at the airport and going, Jesus, you could do a photo shoot in here, no dramas. You wouldn't need a ring light or nothing. You're not going to get any shade. I don't remember having that thought. No, I don't. I usually remember going, I don't like being around this many people. And if I'm stuck in the middle seat, I'm going to kill myself. Those are the thoughts that I have going. And I go, oh, I'll get some gum to calm myself down. Oh, wait, it's $35 for a stick of gum. I'll just get some candy. I'll just get a chocolate bar. Oh, $12.50. No, thank you. Those are the thoughts I have at the airport. And then it's like I talked about the other week. I had to get a new birth certificate because they wouldn't accept my copy. Do you know what the first thing he does with the birth certificate is? Oh, he takes a copy. He takes a copy. Wasn't my copy saving you the trouble? Wasn't that saving the planet, saving a little bit of paper? What difference does it make, my guy? What difference? Zero difference, in fact. And so I never understand. Same with the photos. A little bit of shade on my face. Okay. Well, if I can match my photo on my license, my RSAs, my working with children's check, my Instagram, my podcast, I can match the details with my Medicare, my credit card, my passport. How come I can do all of that, but you won't accept a photo for a little bit of shade and you won't accept a copy of my own birth certificate? You think I fake everything I own? God, I hate it. That's Officeworks, right? It brings me to that. You know those stores that, it's the IKEA model. Have stuff that doesn't connect at all. Or if it's got connections to the previous aisle, it's extremely loose. That's what Officeworks is like. You know how you've been to Officeworks and you're going through and you got your stationery, you got your erasers and your highlighters, then you got your painting equipment, you got your canvases, your brushes, then you got, on the right, you have your technology, you have laptops and keyboards and printers, you'll have ink, you'll have SD cards, you have it all. Then you got furniture, you got some chairs and stuff. Then you get right to the end and I was just looking at buying some paper for my printer, but you're right. I might buy 6 kilos of instant coffee. Yeah, I might do that. I might buy a liter of Cheesy Puffs. Shit, why not? Let's buy all of our cleaning supplies from the Officeworks. Let's buy some non-alcoholic beer from Officeworks. What's up with that? It doesn't match. It makes me uncomfortable. I get there and it's like, what is this? And then you got water bottles, you got plants. Bro, who's buying plants from Officeworks? And then it's the loose connections. You go, oh, for your desk, fake plants for your desk. They go, okay, I suppose. What do I need 6 kilos of instant coffee for? By a brand I've never heard for in a tub I've never seen before. Oh, well, offices have, coffee. Got to have your brown liquid to get through the day. Okay, what about the Cheesy Puffs? Oh, it's like that scene from The Office where they're throwing it in their mouths. All right, you got me. I don't like it. There's other, it's just like, it's the IKEA model. Nothing makes sense. You go in, it's like, I get that, how you go in wanting one thing, and they want you to come out with another. Again, it's the Kmart or the Target model. It does, I don't feel like it works too well at Officeworks. Then you got all the signs, I thought they were kind of cool. You can go buy your signs, buy your toilet signs, buy your no entry signs, buy your, VIP signs. Fascinating. So I guess it has worked a little bit, but it made me uncomfortable. Something else that made me uncomfortable, I should have said this straight off the bat, but you've probably been hearing all week, if you're an avid podcast listener and news consumer, feel sorry for you because you're going to be hearing a lot about the war, right? Ukraine and Russia. And you're going to be hearing a lot of uninformed opinions trying to masquerade as informed opinions. You got the classic, oh my god, guys, this is not happening. Putin, stop it, please. I saw that, I saw the video, bangarang, am I right? I saw the video of that chick. I sort of moist critical actually of Charlie, but the video of her saying it was like her spoken poem, a slam poetry of her saying that if she was Putin's mother, she'd give him all the love that he needed. If I was your mother, I would shower you in kisses. I would make you feel so special. I would give you all the love that you so clearly need. Who's that stopping? Who's that stopping? Now, I made a story about how last episode, I got a Russian listener. Shout out to you, my friend. You're not all bad apples, of course. Now, I made a little joke that may have been Putin listening, and that the podcast, Finprov, was going to bring peace. It was going to bring world peace. Peace to Ukraine. I was going to say, I think my exact words were, I got you, Ukraine, baby. And a few emojis. That, at the time, I thought that was lighthearted, bit of fun. You know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm all over the subject, because I'm not. But then, 12 hours later, Russia did in fact invade. And now I'm sorry, I know, that post aged like milk. It aged terribly. And so far I've got no Ukrainian listeners, and I guess that's not going to change anytime soon, but I've just got to say, that's on me. That's on me. That's my bad. If I had known, I wouldn't have. I think I had Kermit dancing in there. If I had known, I wouldn't. I that was funny. And then, literally, I wake up the next day, it's like, oh yeah, Ukraine's been invaded. It's like, oh, that's on me. That's on me. Got a smoothie here. What's your go-to smoothie? Hit up the contact form, finprov.net. Tell me what your go-to smoothie is. Mine, classic. I've got milk, ice, Greek yogurt. I've got 2 bananas. I've got frozen blueberries. I've got honey, cinnamon, and a dash of maple syrup. Bloody delicious. It's delicious. Something that isn't delicious, something that something that I didn't like was the other night, right? I was out at the local, at a pub, right? And, I knew it was going to be bad when the table that was reserved was right in the corner, like the worst spot in the whole club, right? It was underneath the TV. So you had seen that it was underneath the TV, right? And it was also right next to a vending machine and a chocolate bar claw machine. Then I look to my left. What's that? It's a table of 20 with about 12 kids, all under the age of 10. And I was about to stab someone. Thank God, for their sake, they didn't give me a steak knife. Because what happens nowadays, I've talked about it, I guess it's the uninformed trying to inform people, right? But Jesus Christ, what happened to discipline on your kids? You should be able to... Stop that! Stop that! Stop that! I don't see what's wrong with that. Happened to me all the time, and look, I turned out great. Don't like authority figures, but I think that's unrelated. No, but basically, it's no hands-on parenting anymore, because we're sitting there, and for the next hour, it's these same bratty little snot-mouthed kids running up, touching, and swinging the claw machine again. And guess what? They didn't win once. They didn't even win. I was so tempted to put my own... If I had any cash, I would have put my own money in there. Won it, gone over to them, go, hey, do you want this? I've seen you trying it. And they'll go, oh, yes, thank you. And I'll go, well, you should have shut up. You should have shut up. And then I'll go. That's what I wanted to do. So they're lucky I didn't have cash. But oh my God, the whole time... Mommy, I want more money. I gotta get the candy. I want candy. Come on. I didn't win. I didn't win. I just wanted a cherry ripe. I know most people don't like them, but I actually think they're really delicious. I don't know, maybe I just have a more evolved palate than you, Riley. And then the parents, what do they do? They go up, they don't say nothing, they give more money. Meanwhile, you got 3 20-year-olds sitting there going, what's with your kids, bro? What's with your kids? The dads had all left them. When they came back, guess what? They just encouraged them more. Because when they weren't playing on the claw machine, they're wrestling on the floor. Full on WWE, smackdown shit, right? Concussion central. Kids crying, kids screaming, kids crawling along the floor, kids running along the thing. And it was just like, give him flashbacks. Just like, do you remember when you were a kid? Who you transformed 10 years ago? 12 years ago? Who was allowed to run like that? The ratbags. The kids that you didn't want to be around. The kids that grew up to be real bad apples. Those were the snot-mouthed kids running around, touching the candy machines, going, you get told, sit down. Sit down, you don't do that. So you didn't do that. You would just sit there. But kids now, they run around the whole place because there's no discipline. It's like, well, if I go up and tell them to shut up, tell them to control their kids, they're going to go, well, what the hell are you? You're 22. Don't tell me how to raise my kid, okay? Don't tell me. Even if the girls go over there and it'll just be like, well, what would you know? Okay, babe, what would you know? This will be you one day, alright? So just sit down, okay, and try and enjoy your meal. I hated it. I was so close to, if I was on the end, I would trip them. God, it was like in camp. I nearly got in a fight with two 13-year-olds. You think I'm going to be disrespected by a child? It's a child. When did the world forget that it's a child? They don't rule the world. You know what I mean? God. You're just making everyone uncomfortable. It's disrespectful to everyone. You're just having a little kid run around. Bro, it's a restaurant. It's not a playground. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Another thing that makes me go, what are we doing here? It's been pissing rain in Australia lately. Pissing rain. Right? All over the southeast. Oh my God. It starts raining, right? And you're on the freeway. And the freeway is definitely the least visible road to be on when it rains. Because you got all that backwash, and especially when you're near trucks and it's coming, you can't see anything, right? It's misty, it's foggy, it's wet, you can't see shit. Why do cars, there's always cars that don't use their headlights. And it's always white or grey cars, or black cars. Cars that you really can't see. Using your headlights in that weather, my friend, I think there must be some confusion. And it's like, using your headlights, it's not so you can see. Because I'm not concerned if you can see. The cars around you, yeah, we're concerned that we can't see you. So just pop your headlights on, yeah, champion, so we can see you and there's no crash. I never understand it. Why? And you get trucks. It's like, bro, I really can't see you. You're flying down behind me. Chuck your headies on. Just chuck your headies on. It's like Roadhead. You can view it like that. Just chuck it on. Just chuck them on. Okay? You can have a bit of fun with it. Oh, I'm getting some Roadhead lights. Roadhead lights. I don't get it. I was walking the other day, right? Which, actually, same spot that you probably noticed. Yes, elephant in the room. I'm Instagram famous now. I know, it's embarrassing. I know, but it's like and I'm not surprised that it's happened. I'm surprised it's taken so long. Over 10,000 views on one of my reels. I know. Stop it. It's embarrassing. It's confusing. I'll tell you that much, considering the first 3 days it only had 200 views. So, I don't understand it at all. I'm actually earning more respect for these, Insta-famous TikTokers and all that shit. Their algorithm doesn't make any sense. I'll post one and it'll get 3,000, right? I'll post one that'll get 1,600 in the first 10 minutes. Then I'll post one that'll get 100 in 2 weeks. Then I post this one where in 2 days it gets 8,000. But for the week before, it was only got 2. It doesn't make no sense, right? But I was walking, same spot, right? And there's this fenced off bit for this building, right? And it says that there's no valuables kept on premises. There's no valuables here. And I was just thinking, first off, this building looks derelict. It's like a little shed. I don't even know what would be in it. It said there'd be bush rangers there. I didn't see none of them. Bush volunteers here today. I stayed there for 12 hours and I didn't see one. So I think that was a lie. I think I'm onto them for that. But there's no valuables here, right? And I was just thinking, if I was a thief, would that stop me? Would this little chain link fence that I could easily climb over, or I'm sure if I just had any sort of wire cutters, I could get through the fence, right? Would that sign stop me? And my answer is no. And you see it on shops all the time, shop fronts. It'll be like, no cash kept on premises. No valuables here. Would that stop a good thief? I feel like that strategy would only stop the laziest thief. Who's put their balaclava on, they've got their machete, they're dressed in all black, right? They've worked out the getaway car, they've worked out the bags, they've worked out what they're going to hit. They get to the shop front, it goes, oh, no valuables kept here. And they go, rats. Alright, I'm done with this life of crime. I'm done. Who does that? Who goes to, Ralph Lauren? Goes to Ralph Lauren and goes, these guys are going to have money. Cash up, country club, feeders, they're going to have money. Get to the front and goes, no cash kept on premises. And they go, well, I'll be damned. I wasn't expecting that. Calls the cops themselves and goes, yep, guys, I just want to let you know, I was going to rob this place, but no cash. It says no cash. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Tell stores to do it because it's rats. Who's to stop? I mean, I've worked in stores like that. It's like, I know there's cash here. If someone wants to steal, what are they going to do? Also, people can steal things other than cash. You can't lock everything up. I've just never understood it. When the looting and rioting was going on in America, I don't recall shops being avoided because there was a no cash sign, a no valuables kept here sign. I don't recall that going, just seeing like on a row of 10 stores, 9 of them just obliterated. They've been looted and rioted, everything smashed and grabbed. And then just one store sitting in the middle, untouched, gleaming, glossing. And when they ask the people on the news, they go, well, thank God for this mum and pop shop here. Yes, Timmies Cafe. Not a scratch on it. In fact, people have left donations to it. All because it said, no cash kept on premises. Back to you. I don't recall that scene. Look, speaking about... I've lost my train of thought. I don't know where that transition was going. We'll do it. We'll bail. But anyway, I want to, speaking about things that might keep you out, I've got something that I think is going to bring people in. This thing. Look at that. If you're listening to audio, I highly recommend you get yourself onto video. Because I'm holding in my hands a teapot. Now you hear teapot and you go, that's not impressive. Well, how about a bear dressed as an old lady as a teapot? Get that into you. I don't need your money or your technology. I just need tea from an old lady who's a bear. So we'll talk about keeping people away. This thing is going to bring them in. It's maybe the mascot of the show. Put that there. Oh, there we go. Nice and prominent. That's how you make tea. Look. It's like my go-to transition now. I just sort of awkwardly laugh and then stop and then go, look. But look. I can't stop. I'm going to get myself into one of those things. Oh, man, I can never get this. There we go. I can never get the logo put away. Also I'm thinking of I want to make more shirts, but I need feedback because if I don't get any feedback, I can't make new shirts. So make sure you hit up finprov.net. Fill out the contact form. Let me know. Would you be interested in new shirts? Have you got any ideas for designs? Like things, just anything. I need any sort of push for you want it so I can give it to you. Because I can't give it to you if no one tells me they want it. Because then that's a waste of my time and money, isn't it? Please, any feedback would be so good. So good. Something that isn't so good. It happened the other day. It happens all the time. You'll be out with people, right? You'll be out talking or... Especially like if you run into people. It's usually the run-ins, right? And you'll be out with someone, and you'll be out walking, right? And you run into someone, and you'll talk, and they'll, if they know your family or partner or whatever, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, look, I gotta go now. Yep, no worries. Catch you later. Say hello for me. Excuse me? Yeah, the family, say hello for me. Yeah. No worries. Of course. I don't know if I've ever said this person says hello. To me, I get it. I understand it. It's a request that's never sat right with me because, especially, or it's like if you hear it, it's both ways. I don't understand it. I don't go, oh, I just ran into Susan out on the walk. She said, say hello to mum and dad for me. I'll do it. I don't rush home. First thing I do, run upstairs and go, guess what? Susan, yeah, she said, say hello. I'm not sitting there at dinner going, yeah, what happened to me today? It was pretty eventful. It's pretty bloody eventful. Out for a walk, out for a stroll, run into, guess who? Yeah, that's right, your mate Susan. She said, say hello for me. So, hello. Hello. See, I did her voice. What a day. Or if you just keep it neutral and go, oh yeah, Susan said say hello, to say hello for her. If I'm that hearing, I go, hello. Okay, you tell Susan I said hello. Oh, but I'm not going to run into it. Do it. Go to the same spot you were today. Never got it. I never understood it. It's like, what are you meant to do? How do you react to that? I can't recall any. I don't know who I don't know who it would have to be for me to sit there and have a warm, fuzzy feeling in myself and go, oh, that's cool. That's awesome that Sean wanted to say hello. He remembers me. I'm not invisible. Yes. Never had that reaction. It's usually just, oh, okay. That's nice. Okay, thanks. Messenger. You're a messenger boy, huh? Don't get shot in battle, you messenger. Never heard of email? Never heard of Instagram? You never heard of text? If they really wanted to say hello for me, they would just message me. That's my, it's one of those things where it's half-hearted. You've done a piss poor effort. It's pretending you care when you don't. The opposite of that is when people, when people pretend they don't care, especially in arguments, and they don't care apparently, but they won't concede victory. They won't let you win. Really grinds my gears. Really boils my turkey. Really cracks my pepper. Really makes me not happy. Because it's like the biggest cop-out, right? You'll be arguing. And it always happens when you're winning. When you're on top in the argument. You're winning. You've hit them with the facts. You've hit them with punctuation. You've hit them with intensity. You've got that drive. You've got that power. You've got that hunger. You're going to devour. You've put in the work and you've put in the hours. You're going to take what's yours. Tell me if you get that reference. Wink, wink. But it always happens when you're winning the argument. And one of the arguments that I find myself in a lot, in my world. Now this, I wouldn't think that this one's quite local to me. I think this is a pretty common argument in most households. That's how the dishes are stacked. Yeah. I am very, very unnecessarily and intensely passionate about how the dishes are stacked. It's just so common sense to me. If I see it stacked dumb, I'll change it. And it'll just drive me insane. I'll be tossing out like every parent, going, if you just did it like this, it wouldn't happen. If only they just helped out the family, helped out in the house. I'm full on just talking to myself, getting angry. I'm a huge proponent of these ones, going, if I put the bowl here, good to go here, look at that, I just saved space. Why would you want to do that? I don't know. I love doing that. If you walk past people, right, and they don't give you enough room, I love doing these ones. Point to the right in the ground, point to the left. Or you go, the imaginary push. You go, this is the bike lane, this is the walk lane. I'm riding a bike. Why are you walking in the bike lane? get out my way. But the dishes, and this is an argument I have with every member in this house, right? And every single one of them, it's 4 against 1. And 4 people tell me that they don't care. Every time we get into it, they tell me they don't care. It doesn't bother them. It doesn't affect them. They don't care. Yet, not one of them will do it the way that I want to do it. But I'm the one that's passionate about it. I'm the one that cares. Now, the way I see it, if you don't care, why are you still doing it your way and not my way? But you don't care. But I'm the only one that cares. So that's just straight up disrespectful. That's straight up disrespectful. Mama Bear Teapot would not be having any of that, I can tell you that much. If you don't care, let me win. Give it to me. I need this. I need this. Why am I especially the dishes, my argument's always been, I've laid the platform. All you gotta do is follow it. You don't even gotta think. You just follow the structure. It's honestly, it's harder to go against it than it is to go with it. It's harder to be brain dead when you're doing it. It's like Lego instructions. Are you going to build your Lego with the instructions, or are you going to freeball it? Because if you freeball it, it's probably going to come out like shit. But if you follow the instructions, oh, that was helpful. I wonder why. Oh, probably because they've done the work for me. I just got to follow it. That's the dishes. You just got to follow it. You just got to follow it. But you don't care. But yet you won't follow it. But you don't care. But I care, so just give it to me. Same with the cafes I worked at. Oh my god, no one cared. Apparently no one cared. Yet I'm the one busting my ass, doing it into a structure. It's common sense and it's common courtesy. Just follow the platform. That's it. You don't even got to think. I've done all the heavy lifting. I've done all the thinking, all the planning, all the structure for you. You just got to follow it. And if you don't care, I would think you'd be able to follow it. But no, they don't. Never did. Never once. So I guess if you don't care, do you care or do you not care? Because if you didn't care, you'd give it to me. Something that I don't want given to me. You remember MTV Cribs? What a show. What a show. Just seeing how out of touch celebrities are. And one of the biggest points, right? The biggest things, when it was like, if you saw this in someone's house, it was like, holy shit. He's a god. 50 Cent is a god. That's right. An elevator in your home. You had an elevator in your home, you were a god. It was like seen as this massive sign of stature and wealth, going, holy shit. You don't even gotta, you can't even walk to all your rooms. And when you're a kid, you think that's cool. That would be terrible. Who the hell enjoys elevators? Especially, imagine being alone by yourself in your elevator, just going through your house. Way to make your house feel like a hotel. And who likes staying in hotels? No one. No one. And when I mean that, I mean, there's rooms fine, the room's great, but who enjoys the elevator, the lobby, the walk through the halls, past the rooms where you can just hear, you're just like, oh, they're just probably playing, they're playing a game. Just, come on kids, just playing a game. Room 44, just playing a game, come on kids. Who enjoys that aspect of it? You know, when I was in Sydney, maybe I'm against the grain. I didn't enjoy that part of it. I was actually trying to get to my room as quick as possible. Now imagine that, but being in your home. You have to ensure that every single day. What music do you have in the elevator? Do you have elevator music, just classic? Do you play your own songs? If you're a famous singer, rock star, pop star, do you just listen to your own songs? Weird. And then, like, you also got a strip club. Didn't he have, like, a strip club in there? Had a club? Imagine having a club in your own house. That would suck. That would suck. Be so many strangers, so loud. You've got no escape. Well, you want to build your house like a hotel. But then again, home is where you laugh the most. Look, I think that wraps up an episode. Another episode, 21 of the best of the Finprov podcast. A shorter one today. Well, that's of course, I'm on a limited plan. Anyway, thank you for joining me. As per usual, as always, be sure to leave a rating and review on the podcast on whatever platform you listen to. It takes under a minute. Easy. Make sure to share. Make sure to like and comment on YouTube. Leave and subscribe. And hit up finprov.net, the home of the Finprov podcast. Fill out the contact form to become involved. Tell me your feelings. Tell me something you're passionate about. Tell me your arguments. Tell me the hills that you'll die on. And I'll tell you if I'll be by your side or I'll be the one driving the sword through your heart. As always, take care. Have a good week. Have a better life. Till next time. Goodbye.